How do you lose $32 billion in about 8 days? A company once valued at that amount, trusted by customers worldwide as the safe haven in crypto. How do you lose it all so fast? FTX was the good guy in crypto, the exchange everyone trusted with their savings, valued at exactly that number. With Super Bowl ads promoting its safety, customers believed they were putting their money in the safest hands. Yet behind that trusted vault was a door. Almost no one could see it. How did the founder create a secret unlimited credit line? For his own hedge fund, using a token he could print himself. That is the real story. Meet Sam Bankman-Fried. In 2019, he launched FTX. Customers deposited crypto. It was supposed to stay safe, like a digital bank. He cultivated an image of effective altruism. He built what seemed like the most responsible exchange. SBF seemed the unlikely but trustworthy face of a safer crypto future. By January 2022, FTX had raised money at a $32 billion valuation. Third largest exchange on earth. Super Bowl ads. Arena naming rights. SBF testified before Congress. SBF had become the face of responsible crypto. The marketing was clear. FTX was the safe place in crypto. Customers believed it. But the two companies were never separate. SBF owned both. This created conflicts. Later testimony showed the truth. One was the exchange where people deposited their crypto, expecting it to be held safely. The other was his hedge fund, known as Alameda Research. And the vault had a back door. That let customer money flow straight into risky trades. Gary Wang wrote the code. This is how the door was built. FTX customers sent deposits. The code Gary Wang wrote gave Alameda an invisible, unlimited credit line. Testimony later confirmed it. Caroline Ellison, as CEO, directed many transfers. Caroline Ellison ran Alameda. She and Nishad Singh later pleaded guilty. They testified. Customer money funded risky bets. Losses mounted. They hid them with self-printed FTT as collateral. Their cooperation mapped the exemption. What backed the borrowing? A token FTX itself created, FTT. Alameda counted huge piles of it as real assets, $14.6 billion on the books, much of it homemade. It could evaporate if confidence cracked. Watch how the two numbers diverged. The world saw a soaring valuation. It reached $32 billion. The vault held far less real money. Billions were diverted. The gap was the fraud. What happened next? November 2nd, CoinDesk publishes the balance sheet. The world sees how much of Alameda's assets were just FTT. A huge share of the $14.6 billion was this homemade token. The report raised alarms. Then Binance says it will sell its own FTT pile. The price cracks. Customers head for the exits, with $5 billion in withdrawal requests flooding in over 72 hours. But how could the trusted vault be this empty when they needed it most? The vault was empty. Roughly $8 billion of customer money simply wasn't there. The question no one asked in time: where did it go? Over 1 million customers worldwide were left unable to withdraw. Binance signs a letter to buy FTX, then walks away. The run accelerates. November 11th, FTX files bankruptcy. The swift collapse from $32 billion to zero happened in about 8 days. SBF resigned. $1.7 billion lost by investors. $1.3 billion by lenders. Over 1 million customers could not withdraw. The $8 billion shortfall was exposed. The bank run no printed FTT could stop. SBF resigns. John Ray takes over. The man who handled Enron had never seen anything like it. At FTX and its affiliated entities, Caroline Ellison, Gary Wang, and Nishad Singh each pleaded guilty. They cooperated. Their testimony mapped the secret line of credit. It detailed how customer deposits backed Alameda's bets. The exchange marketed itself as safest. November 2023. SBF convicted on all 7 counts. March 2024. Sentenced to 25 years. Ordered to forfeit $11 billion. The trial revealed the full extent of the wire fraud. The tower stood only while everyone believed the token had value. One report. One announcement. The run. 8 days from spark to bankruptcy, as $5 billion in withdrawals exposed the hole. Marketing had sold safety, while the back door stayed open. The most trusted name in crypto, the fastest fall anyone had seen. The irony of Super Bowl ads became clear. The founder ran the exchange. The bets at his hedge fund were underwater. The door was right there. The temptation to move customer funds grew. What would he do? The mechanism was simple. Customer money flowed through the secret exemption, written into the code by Gary Wang. FTT propped up the books, until the moment it didn't. $11 billion forfeiture ordered at sentencing. Customers still waiting for funds. The trust built up was gone. In those 8 days from spark to bankruptcy. The final board shows the same vault. From the first moment, only now we see how empty it was. The secret transfers to Alameda, the reliance on printed FTT, all revealed. You're running a company with customer money. The temptation is there. One quiet transfer could save your bets. Do you lock the vault or open the door when the first signs of trouble appear? Next time, cereal boxes and a famous couch. How belief built an empire and turned a simple idea into something huge. The numbers never lied. Only the story around them did. Reported profits masked the $8 billion hole. It was created by using customer deposits to fund losing bets. One final truth. The safest name in crypto taught the harshest lesson. When the run starts, there is no second chance, no way to hide the missing funds. The 8 days proved it. And the vault stayed empty. The promise of safety was an illusion. The back door had drained it, without anyone realizing. Until it was too late. The $32 billion company disappeared. Because the controls never existed. There was no separation, despite all the marketing claims. The guilty pleas confirmed it. You're the one with the keys now. What happens when the first withdrawal hits? You realize the funds are already gone. The $8 billion shortfall teaches that once trust evaporates, there are no second chances. The answer came in 8 days. It always does, when customer money has been quietly moved to cover losing bets. The timeline was brutally compressed. Next episode reveals how a simple cereal box idea scaled. On couches and pure belief. The story of turning everyday objects into an empire. The story continues. The board never lies. What it showed was a complete absence of controls. That allowed customer money to vanish. The conviction delivered accountability. See you in the next one. But first, consider this. You're holding customer funds. The bets are going bad. The first signs of a run are appearing. Do you lock the vault or open the door? You're holding customer funds. Do you lock the vault or open the door? Would you have caught it? Say so below. Next, cereal boxes, a $100 billion couch, and belief built an empire.